Hello. Well, hello. Hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
Good. I can hear you and I can see you. Can you see me?
I can't see you yet. It's still loading.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, what a cool Frida sculpture. Oh, that is so
thanks.
cool. Very cool. Oh, and there's Gail. Hey, Gail.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
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 Shannon was asking on the page if this was going to be recorded for her to watch later, I guess.
It's being recorded. I don't know how to, I mean, several of the ones that I'm a participant in, they send out a recording later. So sure, I will make a note and make sure that I click save recording.
I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. Be right back.
Okay. So how are you doing, Eloy?
I'm doing good.
Are you
Just
working
relaxing.
from home? Or are you out and about?
No, I'm actually working from home.
Good, me too.
Yeah, they closed the stores for the next 10 days.
Okay.
So,
That's
but they're
probably
taking care of
wise.
us.
Say that again.
They're taking care of us, though. They're paying us.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I've worked from home all week. Definitely next week. I'm hearing different things. Some people are saying 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks. Did you have a chance? Did you see the thing Greg Braden posted? He thinks if everybody would stay home, it would all be over in about 45 days. He's a Hay House author. I think he's a geologist by education. Hey, Cynthia.
Hey, PJ. So cool. Boy, this still works for me.
Awesome. So you're in Austin.
Yes, I'm in Austin.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. How you doing, PJ?
Doing good. Doing good. Eloy and I were just talking. We're both working from home. He's working from home. I'm working from home. So that makes it nice.
That's good. The
I'm gonna go out and come back in. Hold on.
Okay.
And Gail,
Hi, Cynthia.
I hear you. I didn't see. Let me see if I can get it.
Can you see me?
Now I can see. There you
Oh,
are.
yay.
Hey, Gail, how's it going, girl?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I keep thinking about our walk on the river. It was so
I
funny.
know. It was like the last period of time when everything was kind of what we consider normal, you know?
I know, just before everything went crazy.
I know. Before our lives changed completely.
And speaking of that, PJ, how's Steve doing?
He's doing great.
Okay. Sorry to hear about his mother.
Yes. Yeah. We knew that she was not doing well. We knew she was in decline. The brother tried to prepare us, but we didn't realize it was going to happen that fast.
Wow.
I mean, it was kind of like my dad. I mean, for that matter, it's kind of like his dad. It was almost like once they told us, boom, they're gone, you know?
Wow.
And
Sorry.
they'll do some sort of a memorial later.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, kind of
Now I
sad.
can see everybody.
Yay!
Now you can see everybody. Woohoo!
Here comes
It was frozen.
Vicky.
And
It
here
was
comes
frozen there for a minute.
Vicky. Awesome.
Here
Hi,
comes
Vicky.
Betty.
Hi,
Hey,
honey.
everybody.
How are you all?
We're good. We're good.
I'm back.
Yay!
Betty's
there you
back.
are.
Betty and I were chatting for a bit. She came on early like I did, so we've been
Oh, good.
chatting.
That's good.
So, okay. Well, let's give it another 2 or 3 minutes to see if anybody else wants to join in.
All righty.
And then, and I'm hoping everybody's already pulled your cards,
Yep.
looked at your cards, gotten your intuitive hits, looked in your book if you need to. While we're waiting, I'll just share, I'm not going to share my hero card right now, but I do want to share one card that came up that I thought it's so interesting. It's from the Mystic Shaman Oracle, and it's called the Gatherer. And you see this beautiful lady with pumpkins and gourds and berries and feathers and just all kinds of things. And the overriding message, she does not hoard, trusting the bounty that is all around her.
Awesome.
Isn't
Nice.
that amazing?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And it said, practice sharing, not hoarding. Practice paying it forward and be thankful in advance of receiving. Isn't that beautiful?
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
That's
You should
pertinent.
TJ on the Facebook page. That's just really good to remember right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
heavens. Just amazing that would come out of that. Yeah.
Because I can't remember any of us pulling that card before, not while I've been there anyway.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I think you're right. I think you're right. And it's just the symbolism and everything. You know how they love to put those, and I don't know that you can see it, but they love to put those beautiful butterflies and symbols on the third eye. And she has a beautiful butterfly on her third eye. And some kind of interesting symbols on her cheeks. I think I've already taken a picture. I think I'm gonna blow it up and see what these symbols are. But the other thing that really touches me about this is she is so calm.
Mm.
And that's what I've really allowed and fostered. I was telling Betty, I've meditated every day this week but one, because, you know, I don't have any place to go. I'm not in a hurry. And I'm limiting the news and all that, you know, not getting pulled into all of that. So I loved the confirmation that You know, there is bounty and we can be calm. That's what that card said to me.
Did you guys listen to Isaac Bradfield with Elizabeth Harbin a couple nights ago? He's an astrologer.
Tell me
Talking
his
about-
name again.
Isaac Bradfield. You can go on Elizabeth Harbin's page and listen to it. He talks about the next few, especially this next coming week, of really just staying calm and being in your house. And you just have to listen to it. I was listening to it and it made so much sense about what's going on in our world and what the planets are doing, how the planets are lining up, and that there was going to be a lot of tension this next week, which is obvious, but giving you an idea of how to get through it. So
Awesome. Awesome. I knew a guy named Isaac who was really involved in the tarot world in Dallas, Fort Worth. God, probably 15, 16 years ago. I don't know if it's the same guy.
Yeah.
But I will look that up.
yeah, there's a link on her page to go listen, and it was pretty interesting to listen to. I think it'll help everybody that's on
Okay.
here, or anybody. I think I shared it too.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. If people want to join in, it's 10:10. We've got the thing till 10:40 on the free one. So, Gail, are you ready? You want to start?
Oh, okay. Well, I usually don't ask a question, but I thought with a lot of things have been happening in my life recently, and I started to go, okay, who am I? So that was my question. And the first card I got was prostitute, and it talks about not selling myself short, learning how to redefine myself, build my self-esteem again, my self-respect, and not to see myself, sell myself short or sell myself out. So I think this is more about acceptance. I think I've had some issues with that lately, this past year or two. And then the next one is mystic, and it reveals the intimacy, the union with the divine. So that's asking me to get in touch with that side of myself, asking me to follow self-path, the practice to achieve union with the divine and enlightenment that manifests services to others. So that to me makes sense. Slave, surrender to the divine. So that goes along with the mystic, surrendering to the divine, a higher power in order to become truly free. So that again answers that. And then queen radiates the feminine side and uses the benevolent authority to protect others. And the queen represents the power and authority in women who symbolically rule over anything from corporations to homes. So it's just giving me a little bit more confidence in what my abilities are. So that was my reading.
Okay. What do you consider, Gail? What do you consider your hero card?
The queen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because even though the first three represent what I really needed to know about myself, the queen tells me who I am.
Awesome. Great summation.
Yeah.
Cynthia, you want to go next?
Sure, PJ. So I'm sorry I wasn't prepared. I actually just pulled my cards.
Oh, that's okay.
But what I did pull three, and the first one is the hope card, which I think is very timely. And she's a beautiful angel who has a light in her crown chakra, and surrounded by springtime imagery. And so, we need to remember it's spring. There's hope. There, literally, we can see it everywhere. Everything is breaking open. The beautiful flowers are coming forward. It's still springtime. And to enjoy the spring. And it is the bringing in of the new. and I think this break, you know, with habit is so good for so many people. You can break that habitual pattern. You get the opportunity to reset, and so I think that's really good for us as people. And then my second card was union, which I do think that you know, I've heard a lot of spiritual different spiritual focused people talk about how this has so much to do with our ascension process, with as we're expanding and coming into greater layers and levels of union, of divine union, and union on all levels. That part of this is picking up a lot of fear of that union, and so everything that's not in union is showing up. Our fears of being close, our fears of being even closer as people, as more and more and more connected. And so I think that union is what we're going for, and I think that this is some momentary times when everybody's being asked to bring those parts that are in fear back into alignment, and maybe in alignment for the first time. So union. And then the third card I pulled was the love card. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. So, you know, and I was just thinking about that yesterday, how this is the opportunity for all of us in this group, and all of us in who are spiritually based individuals, to really focus and expand our love out into, you know, first and for ourselves, and then next for our family, next for our friends, and then continue expanding that love out through our world and even our multiverse. And I think that's so important right now. And in my I've been doing a lot of meditation, of course. I think how we all have, and I saw actually the coronavirus and in our field, and it was so terrified because everyone is reflecting so much fear back towards this virus that it's terrified at its mirror reflection, you know, what we are perceiving it to be. But you know, we have to remember that this is part of it's part of the divine plan. I mean, it's part of what we signed on for, and it's here with purpose. I think that if we don't have this fear for it, you know, it's just in reaction mode. I gave it the opportunity I gave it the opportunity really to go back to source. And it did choose to. The virus that I was in contact with, it chose to go back to source. So I think we can also remember that we also have the ability in our subtle energy field to ask it if it wants to transform back to a divine source, because this poor virus was horrified at what was happening and the way it was being perceived. It's basically just here with purpose, like all of us are, and we're just heaping so much fear on it. And anyway, I don't even know all the things that meant. It just happened. So I just throw it out there.
Wow, I love that. So we need to show the coronavirus love, not fear.
Not fear.
Ask it if it wants to transform and transmute, and then just focus on expanding love out. That just resonates so well, Cynthia.
That's cool.
Just really, you know, loving it instead of fearing it, you know,
Yes.
because it's part of us. Clearly, it's part of what we've all created, and it's part of what the divine and all the layers of us have created. So it's here with purpose, just like the rest of us, you know?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank
Wow.
you. Eloy, you want to go next?
Sure. So I put 3 cards, 2 from the Relative Tarot, and then 1 from the Animal Oracle Spirit.
Mm.
So I asked, what could I do during this timeout, during this pause with work, to be constructive. And the first card I got was entertainment.
Uh,
So really
Ah.
find the things you love to do, maybe you haven't had time for, or something that inspires
Yes.
you to stay motivated and to be in your life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then with the relative tarot, it really talks about bonding with others, and maybe even
Mhm.
like you did through meditation or doing something, bonding with our ancestors. So,
That's
you know,
awesome.
what messages for us to do during time to really take some time for ourselves, take time for our family, bond with those maybe around us who need help. So I think these two cards work really well together. And then the hero card is the buffalo spirit. So it says,
Mhm.
the abundant universe will provide.
Oh,
So I love that. And it has a little heart right
Mhm.
there in the center.
yeah.
And so I like the red, and because it always reminds me of root chakra. So we need to stay grounded. We need to stay centered. We need to
Yes.
come from that space of maybe going back to the minimal things, going back to the things that are really important rather than all this other social
Simplicity.
status stuff that really distract us and takes us away from who we are.
Mhm.
That's
And then
awesome.
I like the orange in here, the sacral. So really talking about that creativity where we have this opportunity to create and to do. And I think so. I don't know if you can. And so higher guidance, maybe taking a broad view of things rather than our kind of centered, um, taking things from a distance and not looking at things so immediately right now. Because I think there's a bigger picture at play. I agree, and I love this buffalo. And like it does say,
That's
the abundant universe will provide. We just have to trust. We have to believe that
That's
everything's
right.
going to be okay. So
That's
I
right.
love these parts together, and I like the idea of taking this time to really pick up the things and really kind of bond with each other or our ancestors or people around us that are there, and maybe we haven't taken time to listen to, or taking the time even for ourselves just to play.
Yep. That's so true.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Vicky and I've been playing with the relative tarot, Eloy. Vicky much more so than me.
Mhm.
So I want to play with it more this next week. I love the images, and it's just so fun. So such
And I think the images really lend to using your higher connection rather than her writing a
Yes.
book and spelling
Yes.
everything out. And
Yes.
the idea that some of the cards come up and you're like, okay, what does that mean? And then you have to think about it for a minute and see how you feel. So
Right.
it's almost like looking in a mirror and not recognizing something until you focus a little bit harder on it, and then you get the message.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Vicky, you ready?
Sure. Yeah, I'm ready. Before I begin, I'm using this deck today, and when I opened the box, my little book was missing from it. So I might have left it behind. So if we could post something to the group,
Yes.
that would be great. So it's the Enchanted Map.
Okay. I'll make a note and I'll post it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. But I went ahead and used the cards anyway, and just jumped into the images. So I actually have 3 questions. So where do I focus my attention? And so the spirit of place came up. So I'll scooch this up so you guys can see it a little bit better. So she's like
Beautiful.
this.
Shannon,
Her little ear goes up, and the butterfly for her eyelashes, and she's really grounded here in the rocks. So what this says to me is that, well, actually, the card said to me, tap into the energies of the land in all relations. So that means all life. Allow the answers to come to you. Different voices can now be heard. people are more open to alternative ways of connecting and being. Don't worry, you've been trained for such as this. So fully step into it. So yesterday, the Texas Massage Licensing Board sent out hey Shannon, a notice that we're to not work. So so I finished up yesterday and brought all my files home, and I know how to do this over the phone. So that's what I'm going to be doing. My next card, or my next question was, what action do I need to take? And this card came up, which is rock bottom. It's very interesting. So you would think that hitting rock bottom is kind of like not a good thing, but not in my way of thinking. So so rock bottom, that may seem like a scary thing. This is what I wrote, but not really. Tap into the energies of the land and the rock people. I use stones so much. They are the ancients and know the lay of the land. You know the rocks speak. Listen and you'll be guided. And my third card was, my question was, how can I achieve all of this? And this is the card that came up. So protecting my treasures. So there she is under that umbrella and hanging out. But do you see the splash there? So that's like, I'm thinking like that's a spark of the divine just kind of watching over the whole thing. And the message that I got was, really, what are your treasures? Family, yes. They are the most precious of all. The basic needs like food and shelter are being provided. So this is another confirmation of what we keep hearing. Check out the clouds. So the clouds, like in Lenormand, one side is a little bit darker, and then this is kind of clearing up. So this is the past, where we're kind of now, because it's right directly over her. But look at this clearing that's happening. So let me see. See your way. The clearing is to see your way in these times. And my last card, what is it called? What do you call it? The Queen?
The hero.
The hero card, wow, is slow and steady.
Oh, wow. That's
Isn't that a
beautiful.
beautiful card? I love that card. So just keep after it. Just keep after it. Do what you know what to do, and trust yourself and trust the divine in the universe.
That is awesome.
Thank
I
you.
love that. I love that. Tap into the energies of the land and tap into the energies of the rock people. I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Betty, you want to go next?
Sure. Okay, I am using the Herb Crafters Tarot.
Oh.
Good one.
My question was, what do we need to know about this virus? So the first card I pulled was the Three of Earth, which is says raspberry. The second card I pulled is the Hanged One, burdock. And this is my hero card. Can you see it?
Yes.
My third card was a Two of Water, mallow.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first card, what I got from it was what it says is fill the basket with companionship and collaboration. Nourish your body and savor the simple pleasures. The Hanged One says embrace a foe as a friend. Tap into nourishment that's found in the depths and let go of control because lasting change takes time.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, it says soften the dry and the brittle wounds. Welcome a genuine connection. So the message that I got from this is that the virus is a way for the universe to give us the opportunity to reset our lives
Oh,
to learn to let go of control and take this isolation to grow and make deep changes in your life. Lasting change takes time. Let love into your life and make this time magical.
Wow.
That's
Very
what I-
beautiful. Very beautiful. What was that first thing you said about fill the basket?
This one?
Uh-huh.
Fill the basket with companionship and collaboration.
ah,
I love that.
Nourish your body and savor the simple pleasures.
That's beautiful. And that's what we're doing right now.
Yes.
We're collaborating. We're enjoying companionship.
And we're
So-
isolated.
That's awesome. Thank you. Shannon, you want to go next?
Sure. So I also kind of went along the lines of what's going on currently. You know, as how are we going to fare, you know, through what's going on? And my first card is, we have 3 decks here. So I drew from
Awesome.
3 decks. So I drew, the first one was the Duke of Shadows, which I don't know how well you can see that.
Ooh,
But
very
it's basically, it has a saying at the beginning, cunning, clever am I, helping you discern the truth from the lie. I remind you that half-truths may seem to be whole, yet in the shadows of is information yet to be known. When the time is right, the light shall be bright and confusion will give way to understanding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it basically, you know, basically says, you know, there's some things in the works that may be off of your radar right now, but just hang on, be patient. Good things are coming. And at the end of the book, it says, it gives you 2 things. First, if you feel, you know, negative or kind of not knowing what to do, confused, etc., keep going, because your perspective will soon become a happier and more informed one. And then secondly, don't take things at face value at the moment. Things are going to shift and change, and there will be a surprising twist in your life. Though you don't see it coming, another piece of your life puzzle is going to reveal itself soon. It will help solve a difficulty or question you've been holding in your heart. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm gathering just to kind of, you know, be patient, keep doing what we're doing, do what I feel is necessary for the 4 people in this house. The next one I drew was from Steven's deck, you know, the kind of ass kicker deck. It's the Black Flower Fragrance, and I've drawn her before.
Ooh.
It basically just says, no matter what's going on, no matter how you feel, if you're angry, upset, whatever, you have a right to be heard and respected. Everything you say matters at some point, whether you're right or wrong. Everything you say matters. Everything you do matters. At this point, you need to just, you know, stay the course and just be who you are. And then the last one I drew was the Mystic, and I've drawn her before too, out of my
Oh, wow.
and she basically is one, this one's the one that really spoke to me. It's a time to rouse the sleeping mystic within. Observation, recognition, and prediction are qualities you've always possessed, and they are reawakening. Come to know your intuition through meditation and contemplation. And basically it just says, listen to your gut. Every time, anything that comes in the next few days, be very intuitive and listen to your intuition and what things are trying to
Wow.
tell you. So I feel like, you know, as far as this is concerned, and the reason we're, you know, so we're not full on panic mode over here, but I have asthma, so I fit the category of the underlying. And, you know, we just came up to our first case in Burleson, and we just found out last night that it was 1 person was tested, but 14 have the symptoms. And so we were kind of panicked here, and that just kind of reaffirms to me that what we're doing in this house, I've got my kids here, my husband's here, we both work from home, so we're very fortunate to be able to work from home. So we have our stuff, we're hunkering down, we do what we can do for the outside world, but we're staying where we are, sticking with that intuition. So
That's awesome.
I'm
I
glad
love
that
that.
we can do this online, because, you know, we were really missing out if y'all were doing this, we weren't going to go because of the situation. So,
Right. Yeah,
I'm
I just
glad
think
we-
it's safer, just stay home. So
right.
we can do this every Saturday if we want. If
Yeah.
somebody wants to do it during the
Absolutely.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Because it's just a really neat way to connect and
Yeah.
share, and we're
Well,
all
and I
getting.
You know, I felt these cards were very appropriate because, you know, in the last few days, you feel like you're sitting around doing your best to clean or do something, to not sit around watching 5 hours of press conferences. But it gets really depressing, and you start thinking about what's going on. And I feel like as long as I'm listening to myself,
Exactly.
we'll be okay. You know, we'll
Exactly.
be good. So,
Don't let
Exactly.
fear get to you.
sorry I was late. My internet went down right before
You're
we started.
good. You're good. And I see Ann Webb, I see you on here. Do you want to click your microphone and join in?
Sure.
There you go.
So, you know, I'm a nurse. I appreciate what you're reading about today, because I'm a nurse. I'm in Santa Clara County, California. So I went back to work last night. I was off last week because I was supposed to come to Dallas, and I canceled that because of everything that's going on out here. So it was great to get back to work, even though, you know, I can't HIPAA violation, but it's a lot of cases out here.
Mhm, mhm.
So I'm pulling from Kyle Gray, Angel Prayers.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, yes.
Love him.
And then I pulled one card from Wayne Dyer's Inner Wisdom.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful.
These are out of print, but I found some recently. So the first card I pulled was Synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. I don't know how to.
That's pretty.
It's really neat. I just asked for an overall reading. I didn't really. I rushed right home. I got home like at 5 till 8, or it's 2 hours earlier here.
oh, yes.
The Miracle of Nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect with nature and fresh air. Oh, there seems like a little bit of glare on that. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh, that's so pretty. Tinkerbell. Mhm.
And then Inner Power, the Divine Father. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me.
Beautiful.
Very
And
beautiful.
it's really, everything is happening in divine timing is the message
Yes,
I feel
yeah.
like I'm getting from that.
Right.
And I've had a lot of synchronicity lately. I've met a new friend, and it's been nice. And so this last card is really great. I am patient and loving with my fearful thoughts.
Oh,
Be patient and
gosh.
loving with every fearful thought. Practice observing your fears as a witness, and you'll see them dissolve. And that's exactly what happened when I went to work. I got to work and forgot about my fear and focused on what I'm doing to help the others.
Right. Well, and I
So I
think
very
my
much
neighbor,
appreciate it.
I think my neighbor and I are going to start. We've come across some, you know, they're not N95 masks or anything, but we are going to try to create some just to help out. You know, CDC is saying anything's better than nothing, and I have a whole bunch of flannel sheets that we're going to cut up and try to make something to help.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Yeah. I was
So,
letting that get me down, but I'm over it now. I mean, I
Yeah.
have a bag of masks that I bought that at work. Yeah. People are, they're the whole, nurses are the whole spectrum. You know, they're either not afraid at all or petrified and doing crazy
Right.
things. But
right.
we all,
Mm,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
mm.
Thank you.
Well,
I appreciate being
love-
on here.
I love that I am patient and loving with my fearful thoughts,
I know.
because that's that acceptance. That's that owning whatever we're feeling, instead of stuffing it, eating it, drinking it, shopping it. just sitting with and being patient with those fearful thoughts. That's so beautiful. So beautiful.
It is.
Hey, Carol, I just noticed you on here.
I
Unmute
am.
and share. How are you?
I am. I'm here. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm a little bit late. I FaceTime with my grandson this morning. So
Oh, that's fine. We're doing it as often as we can.
this is fun. I don't have to drive.
Yeah.
I love it. I do. I love it. So this is cool. Thank you so much for doing this. Really
Sure.
appreciate this. Really do. So has everybody gone?
Yeah, everybody but you and I. So go ahead.
Okay, I am using the Soulflower deck.
Oh, very cool.
It's spring, and I'm gonna actually go to an open air garden center, something that's not closed in, to try to find some herbs. And I find it kind of funny. So I drew mugwort, and I drew zinnia,
Beautiful.
and I drew lady slipper. I love these cards.
Ooh.
And the one that stands out to me is the zinnia, which I love. Zinnias is lightheartedness.
Uh-huh.
But I really like the mugwort because it says integration. And I think we are going into something new and learning this. It's chaos, and learning to integrate this change that a lot of things are going to change. And so I think that's really kind of cool. And so what mugwort says is there's a rhythm and a balance to all of life, a dance between physical reality and the spiritual world. Mugwort opens and expands your consciousness to embrace all that you are, light and dark, body and spirit, helping you integrate all aspects of your multidimensional consciousness in your everyday life. So learn to integrate all the chaos. There we are. And that's mine, because I know we're on a time clock. Are we there?
Yes, sorry, I had muted
Okay.
because my puppy was barking and Steve's gonna put her out. I'll just take a minute and share. My hero card is from, I used the Mystical Shaman today. I just love that deck. I remember the first time, I think Laura brought it to Coffee and Cards, and I immediately went home and got it. My hero card today is the Heart of Sky. And there's all that beautiful indigo blue, which to me is third eye, seeing clearly. And what I wrote down intuitively was just contemplate the sky, the stars, and lose yourself in the infinity. The book helped me see that the Heart of Sky helps me call in beauty from the invisible world and then give birth to my creations. And then I had another hit. Remember that sometimes you use a mask to hide from others. And then I ask, how am I hiding from myself? So those were the two things that I got from my hero card today. Well, they haven't cut us off yet, so I guess we can do kind of a little wrap up.
I got a little stop. I got a message that said PJ was upgraded. And
I got that same message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unlimited
it said,
time.
to
So we have-
unlimited minutes.
So maybe we got some more minutes. Maybe, a lot of the different services are giving free, like Audible. You can listen to some free things, especially things for kids. There are a lot of companies that are, giving freebies and helping people in community. So I think for our first one, this was great.
It was great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. We had 8 people join in. I think that's awesome, and we can put it out there and plan on doing it again next Saturday.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
a couple of things. Cynthia, and I don't know if this is okay with you, PJ, but Cynthia, can you write something about what you were talking about where
I'll
we're showing
do
the
it.
virus love and post it on the Divine page? And if it, with your permission, I would also like to take that and share it on my personal page, because I think the more we get that out about sending love to this virus and not the fear, that'll be the beginning
Oh,
of.
I agree totally. I agree totally.
I
mean,
will,
it-
I
PJ?
will, PJ. I will, Gail.
I appreciate that. And the second thing, if with your permission, PJ, if I can post that link for Isaac Bradfield on the page, you guys listen to it, because it talks also about the reason we have so many issues with everybody and friendships going and, you know, relationships breaking up is because of we're not communicating properly. We hide our feelings and our emotions and we don't say anything, and then boom, everything's just blown up out of proportion. And
Right.
he talked about that in there. So if you want, I will be happy to post that link on the page. I mean, it's a free thing. It's not.
Sure, sure. That'll be great.
I
Yeah.
wonder, this is being recorded. I wonder if you can post the recording.
Yes, I'm going to investigate that. At the end, it gives you an option to like digitize the recording. So I will do my best to do that and then make it available.
Okay.
I have a
Awesome.
comment, PJ, on your mask card, because the masks is what we're short on.
Oh my goodness, Carol, Ann, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like, oh my God. It's like we're all fearful to show ourselves.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what you're saying.
That just gives me chills all
I
over.
know.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And I'm so glad you could join.
I know I wouldn't have been able to if this all hadn't happened.
So are you in
Right.
California just temporarily?
I've been here about a year. My contract is extended till May 15th, but I came last April, and they just keep extending me. So we'll see how this last few weeks goes. It's going to be rough, I
Wow.
think.
Wow, I think so. Well, prayers for you, and thank you for the
Thank you.
work you do.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. This was so fun. I will do my best here to click the recording and save it and get it posted.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay,
Good
Thank you.
seeing everybody.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Hey,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Oh, there we go.